In the heart of a forgotten village, shrouded in the whispers of yesteryears, stood the ancient Edgewood Manor. Its silhouette, a haunting reminder of times when it was bathed in opulence and grandeur, now succumbed to the embrace of ivy and time's unforgiving decay. The locals spoke little of the manor, save for hushed tales of its last inhabitants, who vanished as mysteriously as shadows at dawn, leaving behind a legacy of whispers and an aura of dread that deterred even the most curious souls. Eleanor, a young historian with an insatiable appetite for unraveling forgotten lore, found herself drawn to Edgewood Manor, her fascination fueled by tales of hidden passages and unsolved mysteries. Her arrival at the manor was met with the creaking protest of the ancient door, as if the very house itself was wary of the secrets it guarded. Within its walls, the air was thick with the scent of old wood and whispered secrets, a silent testament to the history that pervaded its halls. As Eleanor explored the dimly lit corridors, her lantern casting long shadows that danced upon the walls, she stumbled upon a peculiar painting. Unlike the other portraits that adorned the walls, this one was of a dark, dense forest, so lifelike that it seemed to pulsate with a life of its own. Intrigued, she reached out, her fingers brushing against the canvas, only to discover that it swung open, revealing a narrow passage veiled in darkness. With her heart pounding in her chest, Eleanor stepped into the passage, the door closing behind her with an ominous thud. The air grew colder, the darkness so thick it seemed to swallow the light from her lantern. She pressed on, guided by an inexplicable force that pulled her deeper into the heart of the manor. The passage twisted and turned, leading her to a cavernous chamber, its walls lined with ancient tomes and artifacts that whispered of forbidden knowledge and arcane rituals. In the center of the chamber, a stone altar, its surface stained with the echoes of ceremonies long past. It was here that Eleanor discovered the manor's dark truth, a secret so malevolent it had been hidden away in the depths of the earth. The chamber held the remnants of a cult that had once thrived within the manor's walls, practitioners of dark magic who sought to breach the veil between worlds, inviting entities of unspeakable horror into our realm. The air was thick with the presence of these entities, their whispers curling around Eleanor like tendrils of smoke, their words a cacophony of madness that threatened to ensnare her mind. As she delved deeper into the forbidden texts, Eleanor uncovered the fate of the manor's last inhabitants, their souls sacrificed in a ritual of unimaginable horror, their essence bound to the manor, forever trapped in a liminal space between worlds. The realization dawned on her, the weight of the truth pressing down like a physical force. The manor was alive, a sentient being forged from the collective suffering and malice that had seeped into its very foundation. Eleanor sought to escape, to flee from the darkness that now seemed to close in on her from all sides. But the manor, with its secrets laid bare, would not let her leave so easily. Corridors twisted upon themselves, doors led to nowhere, and the whispers grew louder, a chorus of the damned that echoed the manor's desire to keep its secrets hidden. It was only by sheer will and a fortuitous discovery of a hidden mechanism within the chamber that Eleanor managed to open a passage leading to the light of day. As she emerged, gasping for breath, the sun seemed to burn away the shadows that clung to her, the whispers fading into silence. Eleanor left Edgewood Manor behind, but the memories of what she had discovered lingered, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lies hidden beneath the surface of our world. The manor stands still, its secrets once again shrouded in shadow, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover the dark truth hidden within its walls. And so, the legend of Edgewood Manor grows, a tale of curiosity, of forbidden knowledge, and of the price one must pay for delving into the shadows. For in the heart of the forgotten village, the manor waits, its secrets guarded by the darkness, a sentinel of the threshold between our world and the horrors that lie beyond. The air of the village seemed to grow colder in the wake of Eleanor's departure, as if the very essence of Edgewood Manor had seeped into the earth, a malignancy that refused to be confined within its walls. Whispers among the villagers spoke of nights when the silhouette of the manor appeared to writhe against the backdrop of the moon, a specter of its tormented past reaching out to ensnare the unwary. Eleanor, though miles away, found no solace in the distance she had put between herself and the manor. Her dreams were haunted by visions of the dark chamber, the whispering shadows, and the eldritch entities that lurked in the unseen corners of the world. She knew that her escape had not gone unnoticed, that the forces she had disturbed within the manor's ancient walls sought to reclaim the knowledge she had unearthed. Determined to confront the nightmare that had ensnared her, Eleanor delved into ancient texts and forbidden lore, seeking a way to sever the connection that bound her to Edgewood Manor. Her search led her to a cabal of scholars, guardians of secrets as ancient as the manor itself, who spoke of a ritual that could cleanse the corruption that had taken root. Armed with this knowledge, Eleanor returned to the village, the eyes of the inhabitants following her with a mixture of fear and awe. The manor loomed before her, its presence more oppressive than she remembered, as if it had grown in power in her absence. The door, once reluctant to open, now swung wide at her approach, an invitation that sent shivers down her spine. Eleanor made her way to the chamber, the air growing heavier with each step, the whispers now screams in the dark. She found the altar untouched, as if waiting for her return. With trembling hands, she began the ritual, the ancient words falling from her lips like drops of blood. The chamber shook with the force of her incantation, the shadows writhing in agony as the light of her lantern grew brighter, a beacon in the darkness. As the final word was spoken, a silence fell over the manor, so profound it was as if the earth itself held its breath. Then, with a sound like the breaking of chains, the shadows dissolved into nothingness, the air cleared, and the oppressive weight that had hung over the manor lifted. Eleanor stood alone in the chamber, the knowledge of her victory a bittersweet weight in her heart. She had banished the darkness, but at a cost she could not yet fathom. The manor, freed from the corruption that had consumed it, seemed almost peaceful, its halls no longer a prison for the tortured souls that had once dwelled within. As she left the manor behind, Eleanor knew that her battle was not over. The world was filled with hidden passages, each leading to dark truths that lay in wait for the unwary. But she also knew that there was light in the darkness, hope in the face of despair, and that sometimes, the courage of a single soul could tip the balance. And so, the tale of Edgewood Manor became a beacon, a warning of the dangers of delving too deeply into the shadows, but also a testament to the strength of the human spirit. For in the heart of the forgotten village, the manor now stands as a guardian, a reminder of the light that can be found in the darkest of places, and of the hidden passages that lead us to discover the truths about our world and ourselves.